There is nothing I would do in this life that will make my husband come and dance with me on TikTok or do challenge with me. Maybe in the future, who knows? Never say never, you know, because I know who I married and I will not impose that on him. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria Ayodele-Fash. It's your first time here. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you are a returning subscriber.
Let's come on.
I'm so used to saying it, guys. So rap.
Come on.
It's okay. Why you know? Anyways, hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria Ayodele-Fash. Thank you for being here. So today I have my husband here. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi guys. They say my hand must show. So hi guys. My name is Mr. Fast.
All right, so in case you don't know, Mr. Fash is my husband, and today we'll continue answering the question that you guys asked. In the last video, we answered those who asked me questions on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for the beautiful questions you asked. I hope that you guys learned a thing or two from the video. So in this video, we'll be answering the YouTube questions. My people, you guys, you know you're my main people.
Well done.
I love you on Instagram. If you're not following me on YouTube, guy, you're not part of the family. These are the Fash fam, you know. Anyway, so I want to start from the first question. Chineye said, I just started rewatching your channel. I love the friendship between you and your husband. Keep it up. Ah, thank you very much. I try to keep him in check, so I'm trying my best. Thank you very much. Shibi?
That's not what they said. Well, no. Since that's what you heard, no problem.
Anyways, so Toby said, "Hi, Mrs. Fash. I would like practical tips on going from friendship to talking stage to opening up and then to relationship." I feel like that's like a whole video on its own, and I think to be fair, I have a few contents here we have talked about. But I don't think I have a video moving from friendship to relationship. I've talked about dating tips for dating, so I have a number of videos on that. But if I'm to give, maybe, what would you say? Do you have any tips for moving from friendship to relationship? Maybe one or two.
A relationship is something like a job. I cannot be the only one that is aware that I'm employed, or I cannot be the only one that feels like I employed somebody. Both of us have to be in that consonance that
Mr. Nugget.
Oh God.
Mr. Nugget in the building.
Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, sorry. I'm sorry to cut short the train of imagination and intellectual, yeah, go ahead.
Please pray for her. So as I was saying, you can't, it's not a single person thing. If a friendship is going to transcend to become a relationship or marriage, it has to be because the both parties involved have that kind of mindset or outlook regarding the relationship. It's not something one person or one side of the coin can just carry on by themselves. So both parties have to be involved in it. Then if both of you are there, then and you're both believers, you have good foundation in Christianity, you believe the same doctrine, if I can call it that, because there's so much doctrinal clash up and down these days, but at least you have the foundation that
you believe in Jesus,
that both of you matches
the burial, the resurrection of
Jesus, the Trinity, or all those kind of things. Maybe grace and faith, all those kind of things. You have similar, maybe not exact, but similar stand or basis. Then it may be easy to now move from one to the other and the other. Whatever challenges or difficulties you may have. At present, say for instance, maybe one has a job, but that job is not good enough, all those kind of things are things that both of you can deal with together. But without that, God as like the pillar, the center, the fulcrum, the load-bearing pillar of your relationship, it's going to be hard. So
accidents, you enter bush.
Yeah, like yeah, I know my pastor used to say.
Yeah. So if I'm to add to that, everything that Mr. Nugget has said, I would just say that know what you want. I said it in the last video. If you don't know what you want, if you don't know what you're worth, people will put their price tag on you. If you don't know what you want, you will accept anything that is offered to you. So before you start to look for the man, or before you start to move from friendship, during the friendship time, get to know him, get to know who he is. How is his relationship with other people like? How is his relationship with money like? How is his relationship with his parents like? How does he think? How does he see things? That's what friendship is for. You get to know, okay, how is his mindset about things? How is his lifestyle, like? So when you get to know those things on a friendship level, it's better, right? And then when you then move to the dating level, you now start to now get to, how does your thoughts about money in mind, how does he align? How can we make it work? What is your mind view? My husband already talked about faith. That should be from friendship. You already know if he believes in God from friendship. Don't even wait till dating before you get to know that, right? So the things that you already now know that you want in your husband, that you've prayed about, and these are the things that you and God have agreed on, that your man will be. I used to say, before I met my husband, there were certain things that God had revealed to me years before I met him. I knew that the person I would marry would live in Abuja. I don't know how, but I just knew. In short, it was not a consciousness in my heart. It was when we met, I think when we started dating, it was like 2 months later, the Holy Spirit now reminded me of a dream I had, where he told me that my husband would be lived in Abuja. I didn't even know when we met. There were other things that he had told me about him, a man that would support my dreams, a man that would do this and do that and do that, that I saw. That later I knew that, oh wow, these are some of the things that the Holy Spirit revealed to me. And then there are other things that the Holy Spirit had told me my husband would be, right? That I started to discover even when we were friends, right? And because I knew those things, I had a list of what I wanted, what I did not want. So if I saw a man that fornicates, a man that is he doesn't love God, a man that is not a Christian, a man that is this, there's not even going to be a friendship to begin with, not to talk of leading to dating, right? So that dating period is getting to know each other, getting to know how you integrate, how your lives align with each other. Can you guys actually work? It's one thing to work as friends. It's another thing to work as couples, as partners. So can you guys integrate? Can you guys merge and all of that? And then so you need to first of all know what you want, know who you are first, right? And then know what you want, right? And then when you get into what's the next stage she talked about? Opening up about a past, opening up about your past secrets and everything comes in during your courtship period, right? It comes in when you guys are actually serious, during your dating period. You come in, you let him know, these are my past, these are my baggage, these are some of the things about me and all of that. Those are not things you reveal to somebody that is not your close friend, right? Someone you're not dating and all of that, right? So yeah, just know who you are, focus on God, like my husband said, and make sure that the other person also wants the same thing as you want. Okay. All right. So someone said, Adeshola, I think she said, hello ma, thank you for your good works and I'm a big fan since way back. Thank you very much. She said, I'm in a relationship with a wonderful man. How did you know?
Sorry.
I'm in a relationship with a wonderful man, but I am struggling with understanding how to bridge the gap in our communication. I find myself feeling sad and angry when I repeatedly ask for specific expression of affection. I know he is intentional and loves me, but is it wrong to desire love expressed in a way that feels meaningful to me? And how can I communicate my desires to be loved in a way that feels meaningful to me without causing frustration or resentment on either side?
I feel like there's a lot to unpack there, because there's a thin line between what she's saying, gestures that minister love to her, and then realistic gestures. We don't know the guy in question, so we don't know his personality and his personality trait, and some things it's given to. So asking for some things might be a bit unrealistic. That's what we don't
Is
know.
anything unrealistic though when it comes to what your partner, apart from go and kill somebody, go and
No, 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 no. There are some things that are unrealistic. If you
depending on
met,
your personality,
yeah,
right?
if the guy is a very reserved person and all those ones, then you expect him to be posting you on social media every day and be saying, "This is the love of my life," or all
Or
those
doing
ones.
TikTok with
Do
you,
you? They are looking, setting yourself up for
disaster.
heartbreak of every now and then, because that's not who he is. We are modes of expression, our personality is different. So that's why I don't know. But you have to set yourself and be sure. But realistically, I mean, by your own admission, you said he is intentional and all those ones.
Yeah.
So are there small wins you can take or is there non-responsiveness, which I can't
I
see.
mean, she said he's wonderful, he's
And you
intentional,
get,
he loves her.
so if he has done some of those things and he hasn't done maybe some that you will prefer him doing, maybe you like the ones he's doing, but he hasn't done up to a certain level, take that win and praise him for it. Some, I mean, they say in a man there is both a king and
A child.
a child. The one you speak to
The one you see.
is the one you will most likely see. I have to say this: most times, especially in our part of the world, men are not celebrated or appreciated enough. So
Do I celebrate enough?
that's another topic.
Do I appreciate it? No, collect my flowers. Do I appreciate and celebrate you?
Yes, yes.
Are you saying yes, yes for yes, yes?
Well, you are derailing my thoughts. So let me finish what I'm saying. So
I appreciate you. I celebrate you, sir.
oh God,
My,
thank you.
my husband, sir.
Okay.
Continue.
All right. So most times men don't get that recognition, and even amongst us when we talk, we understand that sometimes it's the way the world works, but why not you be the difference? And what I mean is this: you see that little one that he has done, if you praise him for it, human beings by default are programmed to gravitate towards reward.
Yeah.
That's why even in any environment or community, what you see young people do is what is most rewarding. If crime is what you see the young ones pursue, that means crime is what's most rewarding in their environment. When you see them gravitate towards sports or any other thing, know that that's what's most rewarding, because we are programmed that way. What I mean by that is, if you praise him in a way that it sweets his belly, he will want that praise to continue. So he will do more. It's just natural. If you praise your wife, your partner, your father, anybody that's given you anything or done something for you, if you praise them well enough, they may be like me that don't know how to deal with what, how do you call it that day? Taking compliments. They may be like me. They are uncomfortable. They are saying, "Oh, it's okay, it's fine."
You're shy.
But there's a part of them that feels better for it. And that part of them will want more. And so in their mind, they will search for that thing. Sometimes it's even unconscious that, what can I do that will make this woman happy today? What can, this woman has done this thing for me, what can I do? And then they'll remember one thing you've always said you wanted, or you needed, or you liked, or you prefer, and they will do it. And when they do it, recognize it. That's
Appreciate
the,
it.
I mean, appreciate it, recognize it, and all that. So it all depends. We don't know his personality. I'm just speaking now that, assuming he's that research person that is not comfortable doing certain things, is not him to do. For instance, I was not the, I have difficulty making phone calls. I still think in many ways I'm terrible with phone calls. But when it bothers on my wife, I think it's different. It's just in my, it's like in my head there's a
And it
polarity.
wasn't always like that.
Yeah.
When we're dating, it was a point of problem because my husband will message me, "How are you doing today? During lunch, have you eaten? Are you fine? When I'm going home, have you closed? Are you okay?" And I am angry because, as far as I'm concerned, we have not spoken. You have not checked on me because you have not called me. You've not heard my voice and all of that, right? But he believes that I have chatted you. I know you are fine. I know you ate lunch. I know what you ate for lunch. I know this and that. Therefore, we have spoken. So if I call you at the end of the day to hear your voice, that's okay because we have different expression of love. So it was something that he had to work on to the point where it's now, different.
So those are, that's just one of those kind of things. So just you have to be sure. I mean, there's a difference between reality and fiction and imagination and many things. We can imagine a lot of things, but what is obtainable is different. And
Yeah.
if it sincerely checks all the boxes, or at least more of the boxes than not, do not, because of this one thing,
Or few things. Again, we don't know what
we
the
don't know the
dynamics is. We don't
details.
know how much.
Yeah, so
We are just explaining based on what you said. You said he
No.
loves you. So before you can tell me that a guy loves you, there are certain things that he must have done, because love is not just a feeling, it's action. So there are
Exactly.
certain things that he must have proven to you that he loves you for you to be able to use that word. And you say he's an amazing man. So obviously there are things that he does. Now, the problem, according to your message, is not that he doesn't show you love. It's just that he doesn't show you love the way you
You
want
are.
him to, which is totally okay. You should be loved the way, I think Pastor Mide has said it several times. She has shared the example of when she and her husband, they went to the London. The husband went out and bought her a big car. And she did not see, and he saw it as something big he has done. But to her, that's not how she wants him to be around. She wants quality time, because that's what that is what is love to her, right? So those are some of the things. It is the responsibility of each partner to learn each other's love language and know how to express love in a way that the other person would like. But like my husband said, there are some things that are not attainable depending on the person's personality, right? If he's not a vocal person, like my husband, you guys have heard me say it on this channel. He does it when we're dating, earlier in our marriage, even up until last year, I would say, or 2 years ago, right? He was not very vocal about, compliment and all. He's still he's trying to get there, but it's not where I want him to be. And I don't even think he will ever get where I want him to be, because that's not just who he is. He's not a vocal person. My husband is the person that will move heaven on earth to show you that he loves you. So I remember there was one particular instance we had, I think in our first year or second year of 1.5 year of marriage, where I think I was complaining bitterly about how he doesn't tell me he loves me enough. He doesn't, tell me I'm beautiful. He doesn't do me. And my husband asked me a question. He said, so on the days where you're working, I go and cook. I bring food to you. I make tea for you. I bring it to you. I clean the house for you. I do this. Would you rather I stop doing those things and tell you that I love you? Of course, I did not want him to stop doing those things, because those things are sweet. But he is telling me that those things I do to you is my way of showing you that I love you, right? Should I be more vocal? Yes, but it doesn't mean, because the way I was saying is that it's like he does not show me that he loves. So, but when he said that, he made me now really think deep and realize that, wow, this man actually shows me every day by everything that he does for me that he loves me, right? But I wanted to hear it, and that was something that he had to work on. So when I tell him I'm not going to, that day I told him, like, you don't, and then I forgot all the things that he does, right? But when he mentioned that, I had to think about it. There are lots of things that he does that I would rather, if he does not tell me he loves me in 1 week, but he's washing the plates, he's cleaning the house, is helping me out when I'm not able to do things. That I would not want to change one for one. You understand that? So if he doesn't do YouTube videos with me, or if he doesn't do this with me, but he's showing me in other ways. So that's the thing. Like my husband said, celebrate him. The ones that he does well, tell him. I remember, I don't even know, from as far long as I can from my marriage, I always make sure that when my husband does something, I will text him. After I've told him, I will text him, babe, that thing you did, thank you. And he does the same for me, right? So when, like he said, when you do those things, he wants to do more, because like he said, he has said everything. I don't want to repeat it, right? So the things that he does right, celebrate him for it. Now, the ones that he doesn't, there are something. I remember I've shared this several times, even in church, about the times that when we now got married, like, my husband doesn't say, is this saying, Sha? That was a problem, right? And I started writing, he doesn't, and the Holy Spirit said, instead of you to be praying that my husband is more vocal, my husband is more this, my husband is the things you think that he doesn't. Now, this is in marriage. Now, there are some things that are, maybe he's not filling your love tank. Maybe he's not doing this. Now, there's a place for compromise. I'm not going to tell you to leave him because he's not depending. So I'm just saying, because he said he's amazing, he loves you, he does this and that. Sit down, write out what are the things that he does well. Because it will help you when you write it down. The things that he shows, the good things that he does for you. When you write it down, then you write the things you need. Then you see which one is longest. That's when you now know if there's really a problem, right? And those are now things you have to actually, have a conversation about. It's not something you fight about. You can't fight somebody to be more vocal about, to fight him to tell you that I love you, or fight him to, to buy you gifts or whatever. No.
Yeah.
So I buy gifts for my husband a lot. He's not a person that when I bought my husband Christmas, it was like I've done big things for him. Right? I realized that gift is not one of the ways that he has received love.
Most men don't.
Most men don't. And me, it's just, that is the way I don't know what happened. I just realized that I want to get him things. And that's when I realized that it's not, I don't even think he knew that he would like receiving gifts. I'm sure if you ask him, he will tell you gift is not one of his love language. But whenever I buy something for him, I see the joy in him, right? So those are some of the things. So it takes time. It takes effort. No man, remember, you are not marrying another woman. So you're not marrying somebody else's husband. You're marrying a full-grown adult who has spent the last 30 or 20 something years of his life being a particular person. So he's not going to change overnight. So it's something that you bring up onto him. Ah, babe. So after your weekly prayer, I don't, I'm sure you guys are not married yet, I don't know. But then what we did, we used to have our prayers. After then we'll talk, this week, this is what I think. This is how I feel. I know you're trying. I appreciate you. I appreciate this that you've done. I appreciate this, how much you love me. I appreciate how you come and pick me up from work. I really do. But I would really love if you could improve in this way and all of that. Does that mean next week he will do it? No, 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 he won't. You pray about it. You go back again and say, babe, remember what we spoke about? So it is just saying it in love. He's not going to get there in a day. He's a full-grown adult, right? With full-grown mindset. So it will take time. But again, hear me and hear me clearly. If the way he's showing you love, it's not meeting, it's not filling your love tank in any way. He's not showing you love. It is something you cannot take.
Yeah.
You don't feel attracted to him because of what he does. You don't feel the love. You don't feel loved at all. It's better you walk away.
I was going to say that the dynamics would determine. So, for instance, it doesn't compliment you, it doesn't call you like you probably want, or it doesn't send you good morning text messages. But there is somebody he does it to. You know that it's not a question of capacity.
It is you.
Yes.
It is him and you.
Yes. So all of those will determine all those things. So I mean, she has said a part that I didn't highlight. What makes you happy is also important.
Yeah.
Although happiness is a fleeting thing, I always say happiness is deceptive. It's a fickle thing. It comes and it goes. It teases and runs away. So happiness is not a constant state. Let's put it that way. So even at that, there are some things that make you. It puts you at peace. So if that thing robs you of your peace, absolutely, then maybe you may have to rethink the relationship altogether.
Yeah. If you're not at peace, you're always down. You just don't feel loved. There is no point. It's better you go for someone that will make you feel how you feel. But like my husband said, are those expectations realistic? Are you trying to make him somebody that he's not? There is nothing I would do in this life that will make my husband come and dance with me on TikTok or do challenge with me. Maybe in the future, who knows? Never say never, because I know who I married and I will not impose that on him because that is not who he is. So because my friend's husband or my friend's whatever wife is doing that with the husband, or they're able to act drama in the house and pretend and do all of that, as their way of showing love, I'll not be saying, my husband, no, that's not who he is. And it will be unfair of me to ask those things from him, right? But when it comes to little things like, helping me out, or, telling me words of affirmation, or, spending quality time with me, or, calling me and checking up on me during the day, those are things that can be worked on. Those are things that you two can grow on with the help of God and with the help of healthy communication. Don't fight with him about it. Every time you need to, even when you are upset, even when you are angry, calm down first. Think of all the good things that he has done. Calm down. When it's now time, then tell him, this is how I feel. I'm not saying you're not doing this. Don't accuse him. Men hate accusation.
And
so
don't compare him.
Yeah, don't compare him to. Men hate when you compare them, right? So, and even women, nobody likes to be compared with anybody, right? So I'm not accusing you. I'm not saying you're not doing well. I would just really love this. I would really love if you do this. And the day that he mistakenly does it, hey, buy him gifts. Take him out on a date. Let him know that even if this one time I've been telling you to tell me you love me and you tell me, let him know. Recognize it. Tell him, babe, I know it doesn't come easy for you, but that you did that for me yesterday. It really made me feel good. It really made me feel good. It really made me feel appreciated. Thank you so much. The following, they sent him a text, babe, I just wanted to tell you that thing you did, and I know I've been saying it and you did it. Just thank you so much. See, he will continue doing it. So open the car door for me.
At least he will improve.
And he doesn't open the car door. The day that he mistakenly opened it, from the car to where you are going, babe, you open door for me. I feel like a princess. The way I'm walking now is like I'm on the moon. My husband opened. Let it use it to tire him. You'll be surprised. So those are the things that I think would help. I think we've done an entire video just answering your question alone. How many minutes is it? Wow. We've spent time on this question. But yeah, I hope it helps you anyway. So let's quickly move on. This might be part 1, part 2, honestly. Sorry, are you okay?
Yeah.
You want a drink of water?
That's